So it's not much of a mystery that Gravity, a company that was once held in high regard for games like Ragnarok Online, has been pretty shameless about their greed, especially with their current game, Ragnarok Origin, and somehow none of that revenue translating into actual meaningful content for the game. Instead, you get events where you basically have to spend thousands of dollars to get costumes with crazy stats that were just a part of the game's regular gacha in the past few regions they've released that. But I could go on and on about that in another video, because that's nowhere near as bad as what I'm about to tell you. So, to start with, you should know that Ragnarok Origin, or RU, released in Korea, North America, Taiwan, and Global, which is basically Southeast Asia. I mean, after that got exposed, they basically stopped hiding it and even put it in their official banner for their biggest tournament ever. And finally, they decided to release Ragnarok for Latin America. And that's all good and well, except that they would remove Ragnarok NA from the Play Store. Oh, but they did say that they'll keep the servers up still, but you just won't be able to find the game at all even if you search for it. What I'm trying to say is they're effectively killing the North American servers, because by removing it from the Play Store, there will only ever be people quitting the game, and it is now impossible for NA to receive new players. And that's about the equivalent of me leaving you in a cell, then saying, well, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm also not going to give you any food, water, or an oxygen supply. Mind you, although I'm not playing the game anymore, and I did play the global server as free-to-play, I know for a fact that people that played in NA have spent thousands to over 100,000 US dollars, and a lot of them have even been playing the game for over 2 years since the game started. And how are they going to make up for it, you ask? Well, according to one of their posts in their official Facebook page, they said, the incentive program will offer players Nyan Berries, which is the game's premium currency in RU, Ragnarok Origin, based on their historical recharge amounts in RU NA, at a ratio of $1 or 1 USD equals 12 Nyan Berries. So that's $1 equals 12 Nyan Berries. Basically means that you're going to get around 30% of what you spent, technically. But that is until you realize that most of the money people spent in the game were for packs that would give you 2x, 4x, 6x, 10x value, but the incentive only gives you the base value of that money spent. So it's basically a scam within a scam. You're getting a lot less already, but you're also getting a lot less than what you actually paid for with that money in the game in NA. So not only is the money that you spent getting devalued, but you keep none of the value that you signed up for and paid to begin with. But hey, look, they have a way that they're going to make it up for you, right? There has to be a way. And that's when we get to this part right here. It says, for the players who have spent over $1,000 during their time playing RU NA, there will be an additional incentive. A custom gold title, RU's Remembrance Angel, which is basically the same as your dignity. It's practically dead and in heaven at this point if you still decide to play this game after what they just did. And then they're going to give you an exclusive permanent back piece item, a back costume, just so you can show people just how much of a goofball you are. And as if that's not enough to water down what you've already spent, they're actually not going to give you 30% of that value right away. They're going to stagger it based on what they feel like in a long period of time. And then they go on to say, we're aiming to please both players who wish to stay in RU NA, as well as players who would like to play Ragnarok Origin in an updated experience.
Cap.
And what is exactly the reason as to why they're doing this, you may ask? Well, they said, to make way for all-new RU Ragnarok Origin, RU NA will cease to be offered on the mobile app stores due to the policies of the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. RU NA will be taken off of the mobile app stores in early December. Off the top of my head, I could think of maybe a couple ways that this could have been done a lot better, and basically losing all integrity that you could possibly lose. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this was the best way that they could have possibly done this? Or can you guys leave it in the comments below what they should have done instead? And for those of you who are curious as to what the full announcement actually reads, I'll read it out for you guys, and I'll put it up here as well if you prefer to read it for yourself, or if you just prefer to listen to an audio instead. That way it caters to audiences that have different preferences. Important notice regarding Ragnarok Origin NA. Greetings, Midgardians. Midgard being the world the game is in. Pleased to announce important changes regarding Ragnarok Origin NA, RU NA. We have always strived to deliver the best player experience possible with a variety of new events. Basically, the pay-to-win events that they do. It's not actual events. Constant updates, which is basically constant updates of like things that, you know, they can charge you more money for. Implementing player feedback. That's cap. Never have they ever. And more. The Ragnarok Origin franchise currently serves players across various regions, including the United States and Canada, and is being played all across the world. However, we'd like Ragnarok Origin to be enjoyed and experienced by even more players. As such, we plan to launch Ragnarok Origin as a new and expanded service, including not only North America, but also Latin America. Why not both? The new look Ragnarok Origin, Ragnarok Origin, which is very... okay, will be redesigned to provide even greater reliability, and will also launch with a dedicated PC client, featuring cross-play functionality. Players will be able to enjoy larger communities and expanded content with a large player base from this expanded region. Ragnarok Origin will be launched as a completely new game, it's the same game, and will run separately from the current RELAUNCH. The new Ragnarok Origin will begin pre-registration in December, with it launching in January 2024. To make way for the all-new Ragnarok Origin, RELAUNCH will cease to be offered on the mobile app stores due to the policies of Google Play Store and Apple App Store. RELAUNCH will be taken off the mobile app stores in early December. We will update again when the exact date is confirmed. What's important to remember is that players will still be able to play and download RELAUNCH via our website after RELAUNCH is no longer available on the mobile app stores. Also, events and services for RELAUNCH will continue even after the new Ragnarok Origin is released. Which makes no sense because people that mostly play Ragnarok Origin, people play on mobile. Which is obvious because the NA version doesn't have the PC client. Unfortunately, due to the technical limitations, we are unable to carry over any data or progress from RELAUNCH to the upcoming Ragnarok Origin service. In light of this, Ragnarok Origin will have a special incentive program for RELAUNCH players who opt to transition to Ragnarok Origin. More details about this incentive program will be provided in the future. Our goal is to bring an improved Ragnarok Origin experience to more players across the world while providing more choices for existing players. We look forward to moving towards the next chapter of our Ragnarok Origin journey with all our dedicated fans and players that will play our game no matter how much or how bad our service is, and we always appreciate your support.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday.